So basically, Al Sharpton have offered up a $50,000 reward for anyone who have information in regards to the death of Nolan Wells. This is what we're going to pretty much talk about real quick, guys. I'm going to do a live stream about this, and I'm going to also do a walk and talk about this particular situation as well. What I find interesting about this particular situation is that it's rather disturbing, because it's like you're at a funeral, but you're offering up a reward like we're in the Wild West. I think that it is sick. I think it's divisive, and it is designed to make this situation appear as if though Nolan was murdered, but yet they haven't offered up any autopsy results. So let's take a listen to this tape real fast, and then we're going to kind of break down our little commentary, and I'll pretty much wrap up the show and get on out of here. So let's get into the tape. Let's go.
In that light, let me say this, and I'm going to take a brief text and I'll move on. There are those that are so full of hate that they would send hate messages to the house of these parents.
I really believe that Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, and the family orchestrated this nonsense about people sending hate messages to the family. I think they did that because they want to push racism. They want to create, racial tension, a racial divide, by making us believe that somebody was able to find their location, their address, and all this other stuff. Let's go.
Sent one that Christine shared with Attorney Crump and I, and it accused her and Elmer of just stirring trouble, and accused the lawyers, Attorney Crump and I, oh, they just want money. First of all, I don't get any money in any of what we do.
See, here's the thing, guys. By the pure fact he have to even address this type of stuff, it's because they're guilty. This is all about money. Tyler Perry actually paid for the funeral. So if Tyler Perry paid for the funeral, then what's the point of the GoFundMe? The GoFundMe suggests that the money is being generated is for the funeral. Well, if that's the case and Tyler Perry paid for it, that would mean that the family lied. You understand? They also said that Colin Kaepernick paid for an independent autopsy, but yet we still don't got the results. But yet we're out here accusing Nolan Wells' friends of basically unaliving him. That doesn't make any sense when we don't have no witnesses, we don't have no proof, we don't have no video, we don't have nothing, no arrests, no fingerprints, no DNA, nothing that can show that Nolan was murdered by someone. So this entire situation was used to race bait the black community into financially supporting this particular Filipino family. And that's another thing, guys. The family of Nolan Wells is Filipino, but yet they're being broadcast all over the world as African American. They're being called black when they're Filipino. Once you see a family hire a civil rights attorney, they already made it a black issue. Do you understand? Nolan always hanged with white people. His mother knew that. You understand? His stepdaddy knew that. Everybody knew Nolan always hanged around white people. But as soon as Nolan ended up unalive, now all of a sudden, they want to hire a civil rights attorney, making it a race issue. They could have got any other attorney, but they got Ben Crump. Anytime you see Ben Crump, you already know he's a race hustler. Let's get back to the tape.
Most of the cases that you have seen us do, we help to pay the funerals and all of that.
If you help to pay the funerals, then why the family got a GoFundMe and raised over $800,000? Why? Where that money going? Where is that money going? If the funeral was paid for by Tyler Perry, why this family needs $800,000 for? See, the new hustle now is anytime a black person, or I shouldn't even say black person, even though we know black people are the ones that are doing this, because the family of Nolan Wells, they're Filipino. They're not African Americans. They're not black. They're Filipino. I did all the research. What I've noticed now, ladies and gentlemen, is that in the black community, anytime somebody is black and they die, and they're around white people, they immediately go to GoFundMe. They start these GoFundMe fundraiser pages talking about we're going through this, we're struggling, and we need your help because we need to bury our loved one. And everybody have goals of $100,000. Like, what are we doing? It seems like anytime someone die, they go to GoFundMe and set up an account to try to get rich. This family raised over $800,000. The same people who funded this family are the same people who funded Carmelo Anthony. We got to do better as a people.
And never ask for a dime back, even if they got settlements. But since Mississippi's so special, I'm not only saying we don't want nothing. I want to say right here now, and I'm inspired by who accused us of that I want to put up from National Action Network and me. I want to offer a reward of $50,000 to anybody
This is being done inside of a church, ladies and gentlemen. A church setting where there's a funeral. You would think that these people would be focusing on sharing the autopsy results with the public so the public can know exactly what happened to Nolan Wells. Instead, they're busy distracting us with theatrics, talking about we're offering up a $50,000 reward. Make that make sense. He waited to say this at the funeral because he want the attention. He talks about he don't want no money, he ain't get paid, all this other stuff. Al Sharpton is a race hustler. He always been. He never talks about black on black crime. He's never focused on real black issues. The only time he comes around is to spread hate, to divide the people, and accuse people falsely. Nolan Wells' friends were his friends. Those weren't his killers. Nolan Wells died of a freak accident. Do you understand? And the family can't accept that. So instead, they turned it into a race issue. And now you got this race hustler, along with Ben Crump, that are using his platform to spread more hate and division. Now they want to offer up a $50,000 reward. For what? A $50,000 reward for what? There's no killers. Nobody harmed this young man. Where's the autopsy?
I want to put a reward up for $50,000 for anybody that could give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case of what happened.
He's doing that to gaslight the people. And see, black people eat this type of stuff up all the time. What information you going to get? First of all, the island that they were on, no internet service. Who walks around with a cell phone and keys if you're on an island, if you're in the water? Who does that? Wake up and use your brain, people. A lot of you are not thinking clear. 4th of July, they're celebrating. Who's walking around with a cell phone if they're in the water? Who's doing that? Who swims around with a cell phone and keys in the water? All of these items always get left on a boat. So when y'all like, oh, his keys was left behind, what teenager gonna leave his phone behind? That just goes to prove that most black folk never been on a boat. And if you really be honest, most black folk don't even be on boats. They don't even be in the water. And I'm not talking about beaches. I'm talking about they don't even do anything in terms of boating. Never. They're never even in the water. Most don't even know how to swim. So they don't even know proper protocol. And another thing that nobody's talking about is why none of these teens had life jackets. If they're in the water, if the wave and the tides is serious, why nobody had safety in mind? See, nobody's talking about that. But for some reason, you want this guy to talk about, yeah, I'm offering $50,000 reward for anybody that could lead to information that can lead to an arrest. An arrest of who? Nolan's buddies? You guys been lying the whole time. Even the mother lied. The mother is the one who spread that lie, talking about information being deleted from the phone. Nothing was deleted from the phone. Nothing. She made that up. It's something that she thought. You understand? She said that she thought something was deleted from the phone because when she checked it, there was nothing on the Snapchat and all this other stuff. So she's assuming something was deleted. There's no facts that anything was deleted. How could she know? How could she know something was deleted if it's deleted? Do you understand me? She's the one who spread these rumors and these lies, and it made all of these grifter YouTubers go out there and spread more misinformation. Let's get back to the content. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel.
I want to put a reward up for $50,000 for anybody that could give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case.
See, $50,000 sound like a lot of money to some of you, but actually this is a joke to me. How about the family of Nolan Wells offer up $700,000 for an arrest for the information? Let's play the game the proper way. You offering up $50,000, that's not no money. Offer up the entire GoFundMe, $700,000. Let's see if the family do that, if they really about justice for Nolan Wells. It's not about justice for Nolan Wells. It's about making money. That family pocketed over $800,000 that they never used for a funeral because Tyler Perry took care of the bill. They never even paid for an investigation. Colin Kaepernick did. So where the money going, y'all? The money is going back to the Philippines. That's $800,000. You translate that into Filipino pesos, and guess what you get? Over 4 times that amount. Do you understand me, guys? So this family is now rich because they use the race card, they use black people, and they harvested your energy. This is one big ritual. You understand? One big ritual. And you got all these race hustlers and grifters all over social media that are benefiting, getting rich off of Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells is dead and everybody's trying to pocket in the cash. Everybody.
What happened? He was not on that island by himself. Somebody saw something and knows something.
He's saying somebody saw something and knows something. How come you don't hear Ben Crump and you don't hear Al Sharpton talking about the case of Akin Liverpool? Nobody's talking about the case of Akin Liverpool. You know why? They're not talking about it, guys, because in that case, you have a black man who was on a boat with black friends, and he went over the boat. He fell over and drowned. And guess what? Nobody saw anything. Just like with Nolan Wells. But you don't hear Al Sharpton talking about in the case of Akin Liverpool because you cannot create racial divide and racial tension when you have a black guy that died and all his friends are black. You need to have white people involved in order to generate money. Do you understand me? Let's go.
So I didn't come to make money. I came to give money. Stand up.
He's saying what prosperity teachers always do. In other words, I didn't come to take your money. I came to get you some money. That's prosperity talk right there. That's that prosperity gospel talk. Imagine you're at a funeral talking about, I didn't come to take money. I came to give money. But yet you're supposed to all be there honoring Nolan Wells. Guys, this is a ritual. This is a blood sacrifice ritual. You understand? For all we know, Nolan Wells died in a freak accident, and his parents don't want to accept that. These young kids were drinking, smoking, and partying on that island. You understand? There's no need for a cell phone. Nobody is in the water with cell phones that could get lost, that could get destroyed. Nobody have a cell phone while swimming in water, guys. Cell phones are left in a bucket on a boat. So all this talk about cell phones is crap. The only people that will buy that garbage are black folk because they're never in boats. They don't be in the water swimming, and they don't know nothing about that island. Let's go.
And tell the truth. Whatever it is, good or bad.
They acting like Nolan Wells was the only so-called melanated skinned guy that was at that island, because he's not a black kid. He's not. Nolan Wells is Filipino, and the media been pushing him as black, as African American, when he's a Filipino kid, guys. His mother is Filipino. They used in this story to get black people's energy involved, because they know we're the most gullible group on earth, and we always want to band with someone else. But yet, will the Filipino community come out in record numbers to support a black cause? Never. Let's go.
We're not going to prejudge it, but we cannot end it until we know all the facts.
This just proves they don't got no information. If Al Sharpton have to offer up a $50,000 reward for any information that could lead to an arrest in the Nolan Wells case, that prove that Ben Crump don't got nothing. That prove that no investigator they got on their side got nothing. That mean that the autopsy they got already don't got nothing. There is nothing on their end that could lead to an arrest of anyone. That's why he's trying to offer up money so that somebody can come out. Now watch this, guys. The love of money is the root of all evil, which some coveted after and aired themselves, from the faith of the Most High. So when you think about somebody offering a $50,000 reward, there are people out here that would snitch on people and lie just to get money. They'll go and blame someone falsely just to get money. And that is what Al Sharpton is doing. He's trying to peddle the money in hopes that somebody would lie. Because when you have to offer a $50,000 reward, it is because you don't got nothing on your end, nothing in your investigation that can pin a murder on any of Nolan's friends. So now you want somebody to lie so that y'all could keep this race hustle going. That's what he's doing, guys.
So all you got to do is reach out to Attorney Crump's office, and National Action Network could do that if it leads to an arrest and conviction.
Which means they don't got no information that could lead to an arrest or conviction. For if they did, we would already have an arrest and conviction. These people are race hustlers. They don't care about Nolan. They don't care about his family. They care about promoting themselves. Ben Crump is there for money and money only. Let's go.
And I guarantee you'll have it before the sun goes down.
Notice, you'll have it before the sun goes down. You'll have what? The money. Do you see what Al Sharpton is doing? He's using money to seduce someone to lie. Because if Ben Crump and all these investigators had all the information they need, there would be an arrest already.
I want to thank Tyler Perry, who has paid for the funeral.
Tyler Perry paid for the funeral. So if Tyler Perry paid for the funeral, what's the point of the GoFundMe, guys? What's the point? What's the point, guys, of the GoFundMe if Tyler Perry already paid for everything? What's the point? That mean that the family lied to us, guys. The family, listen, guys, the family of Nolan Wells lied to the community. They lied to us because they told us that they were going to pay for their own funeral arrangements and everything. They said that was the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe was used for that. That's what they said, guys. But now, all of a sudden, Tyler Perry is the one who paid for everything. What does that say? What does that mean? That means that this family robbed you. The family robbed you, guys. The money is for personal use. So you're telling me that anytime somebody die, a family's supposed to get $800,000? They even increased their goal, guys, to $850,000. The goal was already at $750,000. It just went up another $100,000. That's how greedy this family is. The family is greedy, guys. They just want money. They don't care about nothing else. They're greedy. This is sick. Look at this, guys. Look, they increased the goal for the GoFundMe to $850,000. It was just at $750,000 goal. Why they keep asking for more money if they just had the funeral, guys? Because it's a money grab. They don't care about nothing else but money. This whole Nolan Wells case is one big grift from a Filipino family. Look at that woman. She is Filipino. She is not a black woman, guys. You've been deceived, hoodwinked, bamboozled once again. Do you understand? Tyler Perry paid for the funeral, but they want you to believe that that GoFundMe was for some funeral and attorney fees and all this other junk. Guys, if Al said they don't get paid, then what's the money for? Come on now. Look what it says on the GoFundMe. In loving memory of Nolan Xavier Wells, our hearts are broken beyond words. Nolan Xavier Wells was a beloved son, grandson, brother, friend, and teammate whose life touched so many people. His smile, kind heart, and love for others left a lasting impact on everyone who knew him. After an intensive search involving countless volunteers from the United Collegian Navy, first responders, local law enforcement, the United States Coast Guard, and organizations from across the region, our worst fears became reality. While no words can ease the pain of this unimaginable loss, we are deeply grateful for every person who searched, prayed, shared his story, and stood beside our family during these difficult days. As we begin the painful journey of laying Nolan to rest, we ask for help to ease financial burden placed on our family. What financial burden, guys? What financial burden? Funds raised will be used for funeral and memorial expenses. That's a lie because Tyler Perry paid for the funeral. Do you understand? That's a lie. That is a big lie because if Tyler Perry paid for the funeral, they just said that the money is going to be used for funeral and memorial expenses. It don't cost $800,000 for a funeral, guys. If that's the case, none of us will be able to lay our loved ones to rest. So they're lying. They said that it's for funeral and memorial expenses, celebration of life services, and any additional costs associated with honoring Nolan's memory. We will also use these funds to investigate what happened to Nolan and how he died. Okay, how he died. They haven't told you. Where's the investigation? They gave you nothing. Nothing. This money is for personal use, guys. It goes on and it says to pursue legal and just consequences for Nolan's death and to fight for transparency and justice in our pursuit for the truth. None of that is factual. None of it. Any remaining funds will help the family treat and manage the mental and emotional anguish associated with Nolan's disappearance, his death, and all the unanswered questions and mysteries surrounding his death. Guys, it's a money grab. This money is for the family's personal use. It goes on and it says, if you are unable to donate, we ask that you continue to pray for our family and share this fundraiser. Your kindness, compassion, and support means more than words can express. All money raised goes directly to the family. Thank you for standing with us, for loving Nolan, and for helping us honor a life that ended far too soon. Forever loved, forever remembered, never forgotten. This is one big grift, guys. This family was after money from the beginning, and they used race to divide the nation. This is sick. Let's get back to the content. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
We didn't call him. He called me and said, I want to pay for that.
Notice, he said that Tyler Perry called him and said, I want to pay for the funeral. So if Tyler Perry wanted to pay for the funeral, then guess what? That GoFundMe money goes directly to the family. Directly to the family. Do you understand, guys? I don't even know why they got these people here, guys, but it's just to create racial tension to get black people on board. Let's go.
I want to thank Byron Allen and others that have contributed.
Byron Allen. Think about that, guys. He said that he want to thank Byron Allen. Byron Allen. Let's look at this, guys. He want to thank Byron Allen. Look up Byron Allen's name right there, guys. Do you see that? Look at his name. Why he's thanking him? Why don't he thank everybody? He's thanking Byron because Byron gave $100,000. Byron is a billionaire. He didn't have to make his name be known. He could have did this anonymously. But he wanted the world to see that he gave big money. You see? He get announcements from Al Sharpton. But what about all the other donors who donated $20, $25? What about them? They don't get no recognition. Do you see that, guys? This is one big play. One big play for money.
That don't even want their name called. I was thinking as a scripture in Genesis, the 4th chapter.
We don't need to hear him go any further, guys. At the end of the day, guys, I want to thank everybody for joining the show. If you're new, be sure to subscribe and also hit the like button, guys, for more so that we can pretty much push these videos into the algorithm and do what we need to do. So Al Sharpton pretty much offered $50,000 reward for finding the killers of Nolan Wells. Keep in mind, they believe that somebody killed them with no facts, no DNA. They didn't give us no autopsy, nothing. Anytime you see a reward, that is a last minute plea because they don't got nothing on nobody. They can't pin this on nobody and they're frustrated. So they trying to get someone to just come out and say something so they could keep the race hustle going. This is a sick grift. And I don't support Nolan Wells' family at all. I think that they're grifters, and I think they should be ashamed of themselves for using race in a situation where those were Nolan's friends. The mother knew those were Nolan friends. All Nolan friends were white, and they always visit that island, according to the mother. And he always returned home. So why would his friends want to harm him? Where's the results? Where's the autopsy? Where's the evidence that there was foul play? There is none. Shame on all of you that been supporting this family in their ultimate grift. I'm out. Peace.